Our story starts with a young schoolgirl. Her name is Wakamizu Yuka. She's proper, friendly, and pretty. Today, I confessed to her and became her boyfriend, but the girl cheated on me right before my eyes. And with this betrayal, the story truly begins. Replay girl. Someone from behind said, "What kind of trick did you use, Sora?" Sora replied, "Our hobbies just happened to be similar." Someone else chimed in, "I want a pretty girlfriend too." And then a distinct clatter was heard as people started screaming. He was taking Wakamizu-san to an arcade. Suddenly, Wakamizu-san appears in front of our guy, asking, "Where to?" He asked, "Is an arcade okay?" With a glamorous sparkle in her eyes, she replied, "I love it." Sora thinking to himself, "I know. She often invites me to go to concerts there, lol. Our hobbies really are similar, Sora-kun." And then Sora couldn't remember a past interaction with her where she said about light novels, "Could you not force your hobbies down my throat?" In the arcade, we could see people doing their jobs, and Sora-kun was thinking to himself, "I was deceived. This girl is a fucking bitch." During the third year of middle school, we were dating at the time. And at that time, I asked her, "You're cheating, right?" She replied, "Huh? I'm free to do whatever I want. If you like me, then you should let me do what I want. Actually, what are you stalking me in the first place, you creep?" Angry and pissed, Sora-kun replies, "Don't fuck with me." But that day, I should never have gotten angry. I said, "Let's break up." "Didn't we already break up?" She replied that a person in that situation would have tried and fallen into self-hate. I want her to fawn over me and then bawl her eyes out, begging for my forgiveness. On top of that, I want to dump her like an insect while she cries desperately. I want to see it chance we reunited at college. I changed my image so she didn't recognize me. My college friends call me by a nickname. Very few people know my real name. This is fate, he grins. And we come back to our current time, where they both visited the arcade, and Sora-kun was thinking to himself, "People really open up to you once they start to understand you." Wakamizu, money in her hand, smiles with a cute blush and screams, "Cute." Sora was stunned by her beauty, and yet he calms his thumping heart and thinks to himself, "This girl is a bitch." Suddenly, a notification pings on Sora's phone. Yup, never have I been more grateful to my senpai. The reply comes, "Since you were cheated on, I understand. Buy me a drink." With a demonic look in his eyes, Sora-kun replied, "Of course." Wakamizu notices and exclaims, "Sora-kun, a text?" He said, "Sorry, my sister is pestering me to buy her a drink." "Ah, so you have a sister. Because we're in the middle of a date, I told her to leave us alone." And yet he thinks to himself, "Sorry, senpai." She blushes. "Date, I guess so, huh?" Sora, with a disgusted look in the domain of self-thought. "Why are you blushing?" "No, it's probably an act. This would look so good on you." Sora-kun, she said while suggesting a dress to him. "No way. Do you have a membership card?" The waitress asked. Sora-kun replied yes. Thank you." Sora-kun, Wakamizu said happily on the membership card. The name was written, Kasagako. He started to think to himself once again, "I have completely changed from a pathetic person into an attractive GUYS." Oh, they reached inside the arcade, and it was her turn. He just said, "I'm looking forward to it." She exclaimed, "Cut that out. I'm getting nervous." Talking to himself once again, "I get the feeling that even if she's terrible, I'll have to praise her or she'll start sulking." The compliments are ready, and she starts singing. Though from the look of Sora-kun, it doesn't really seem like she sings so well. "Sorry, that was pretty bad." "Huh," Sora replied. "No, it was pretty good." She bends to her knees, asking, "You look a little sick. Are you okay?" Even though Bro was getting a top-class view of Wakami-san's cushiony junction, he held his ground and calmly said, "No, it was just incredible." "Is that so? It wasn't that atrocious." He replied, "It really was incredible." On hearing this, she screamed, Then why are you not looking at me?" And then she looks down and realizes she showed him something she was supposed to show after marriage. She screams, "WA, sorry." In his mind, "Shut up, you bitch." He looks away, saying sorry. "It was really incredible." She smiled and said, "It's because I practiced." He said, "Cute." She blushes again, saying, "Oh, is that so?" He starts to think again, "So I do think she's cute." I want to die. After the singing stuff, they went for some food in the cafeteria. Wakamizu asked Sora, "This is delicious. Try some." He said, "It really is." "Is it really that bad?" Sora asked himself. While thinking to himself, Sora exclaimed, "Don't let your guard down. This girl is a fucking bitch. She'd take anybody." That day, she started consulting. "Do you have time for dinner? There's a place that I want to try." "Sure," but Wakamizu continued, "You must be overdressed. The restaurant is—" "I'm getting a little nervous." Though after reaching the restaurant for dinner, she exclaims, "I like it. I like this place." Sora replied, "It's not too expensive, and it's easy to get to." She smiles and starts blushing. "I can't believe it. We really are made for each other." Sora Kuin's eyes widened. The look on his face says it all, that this is not something he should fall for because this girl is trying to trap him again. She continues, "Sora Kuin, you're too trendy, but you're always so serious." He replied, "I don't know how to have fun, though." His face looked like he was smiling. He was thinking to himself, "What you want to say is you like me, don't you?" And then he pictured his past self in her. The current him and both were very different. Her atrocious face from the past compared to her charming and beautiful smile today, that he couldn't believe that both were the same person. Sora Kuin thinks to himself, "I can do it," he texts someone. "I can do it. I'll definitely win her over. So come in 10 minutes. The reply comes, "Okay." After which, she arrives saying, "Sorry for the wait." Sora Kuin calms her by saying, "No worries." He thinks to himself, "I'm going to conquer this girl. Then I'm going to dump her spectacularly." And suddenly, she confesses, "I like you a lot." This is the chance for Sora. He starts thinking, "I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. It will work. Should I call Senpai now?" But Wakamizu continues, "By the way, I still don't have your contact info." He thinks to himself again, "I have the same contact info from middle school. My plan would have failed, but I lucked out." She replies, "I get hit on quite often, you know." He replies, "That's because you're so pretty," while thinking in his mind, "Showing off, huh? No one cares. Shut up, ugly." And she continues, "Sora Kun, it doesn't seem to bother you to say something like that. Do you want to know the reason why I like you?" Sora smiles and thinks to himself, "Because I'm not lame, because I'm good looking. But don't get greedy." And he speaks out aloud, "If you want to tell me," while giving a grim smile. She laughed and said, "You're really calm about all this." Sora thought to himself, "I have one." But then Wakamizu says, "You remind me of my old boyfriend." Sora stands stunned there. After a momentary lapse of silence, he thinks to himself, "Not the one from 6 years ago, right?" To compare the current incessantly cheering me to back then. "How many boyfriends have you had?" He wanted to ask this but couldn't. That he speaks, "Is it because I'm handsome?" She replies, "No, no, you two are nothing alike." He was dull, unattractive, and tacky. Sora exclaims and says, "What? Are there any good points?" She replied, "He was kind." Sora said, "Isn't something like kindness worthless?" She laughs, "Of course it matters. For quite a while now, Soracoin, you casually walk through the path while I try to avoid bumping into people, but you match my walking pace. You pay attention to how well kept the streets are so that I don't get blisters on my feet. You do all these things, don't you? On crowded trains, you let me stand next to the wall. You look up places for us to visit. Like you, my ex couldn't keep his composure, I guess. He was always fishing for compliments. It was so annoying. And actually asking for them. Haha, what a pain." And with a bright smile on her face, she says, "But I was happy. I did something really horrible to him. By chance, I was photographed going to a hotel with another man." She continues, "They accused me of cheating. Some family was visiting me, so I just helped him carry his luggage. He went ahead and took a picture. I thought it was super creepy, but I couldn't tell him. Even though I didn't cheat, he thought I did, and I didn't like him anymore. Like an idiot, I wanted him to believe that. After being confessed to, I was full of myself. I was being fawned over, so I let it happen. He did so many things for me, but..." She holds her skirt tightly, gripping her hands, mustering all the courage to say the final words. "I never told him that I liked him, not even once, but I really liked him. He said we should break up. At first I was pissed off, you know. But after, I cried my eyes out. The tears just wouldn't stop, and even now I cry about it from time to time. She was trying to speak more, but suddenly Sora interrupts her with a dull face. He shouted, "So what?" She was astonished. "Shut up, you don't understand." He replied, "What? You're the one who screwed up." She said, "Sorry, did I say something wrong?" She was just trying to continue, but Sora loses it and screams, "If you didn't cheat, then say that, damn it." She was shocked. Both were looking at each other, and suddenly the clock rings. It was 9:00 p.m., and suddenly a cute girl appears from behind, saying, "Sorry for the wait, senpai," while going close to him, wrapping her arm around his. The random girl just says, "Aren't you supposed to say I didn't wait long?" And then she turns to Wakamizu and says, "This is my boyfriend." She was stunned. "Boyfriend? What?" Eh. Her face got totally pale, and her eyes were seeking for answers. Sora thinks to himself, "Oh, I am the worst." Leading her on, breaking her heart, having her beg for forgiveness, he said, "Sorry, I was planning on cheating on you." She asked what? The random girl asks Sora, on which he said, "In order to make you suffer. I asked my senpai to pretend to be my second girlfriend, but I changed my mind. My bad." She was totally flustered and said, "No. What cheating? That doesn't make any sense." Her heart was beating rapidly. His senpai said, "This is awkward. Buy me a drink later, okay?" "Hakuto, I'll buy you the good kind," he replied. Wakamizu starts sweating. Her eyes widened. She was totally stopped. Hakuto continued, "Sorry for being lame." "No way." And he continues, "You don't know how sorry I am. We're officially done for real this time." And he starts to walk away. She, holding her breath with her hand, can't believe what just happened. While Hakuto was walking saying goodbye, she runs and hugs him from behind, throwing her purse behind, saying "dumbass." And with tears in her eyes and a horrified face, she said, "I'm not letting go." "Are you really? Are you Hakuto?" And he replied, "That's right. From Nishima Middle School, 3rd year class 2. Birthday. There's no way you remember that. It's March 2nd, right?" She starts to examine Hakuto. The resemblance was uncanny. "I thought I was getting scammed for a bit, but strangely enough, it doesn't feel like you were acting." "Hand off," he screamed. "I wasn't." "Hey." She grabs his hand again. "What was all that stuff about cheating and making me suffer?" "Pay back," he replied. She screams, "Huh, that's pretty cowardly. How could you just let go? Didn't we break up already?" She exclaimed, "Shut up. Just shut up, idiot." "Why? Why did you move without telling me?" "Family. Igusi ist gut. Don't fuck with me," she shouted from behind. "You've completely cut me off because I didn't want to talk to the person who cheated on me. But you could have at least said hi." Hakuto seems exhausted, thinking to himself, "I didn't feel like it. It's the principle." And he raised both his hands, said, "Look, mystery solved. Yeah, all done. Nonvig." Wakamiza grabs his hand and says, "I can't get a new boyfriend." "What are you talking about?" She replies, "You are the only boyfriend I have ever had." He asks, "What are you trying to say?" "Coward," she shouted. "No matter what you clarify or if you were ignored, the one who didn't say anything was you." Hakuto shouted, losing his composure. She pulls her hands back and started crying in a lovely way. She continues saying, "Sorry, and forgive me please," begging at his feet. "I like you really. Something like cheating. I would never do that. Forgive me." Hakuto starts thinking to himself, "Ah, disgusting." And he said, "I'm not mad." She says repeatedly, "I'm sorry." He cuts her off. "I said I'm not mad. Really, I'm hopeless and pathetic." The other one says, "I really am the worst. If I believed in you at that moment, things would have turned out differently." She, with tears flowing down her face, do you still hate me?" Hakuto thinks to himself, "I hate you," while holding all his anger in his face that he thinks to himself, "No matter how much you deny cheating, it's the same thing as saying nothing. It's because I trusted you not to lie that I believe that you cheated. You are the worst." Nothing's changed. He pictured her from middle school, smiling at him, waving her hand, and the cute face of her. He can't forget that picture of her as he smiles, tears flowing through his eyes, thinking to himself, "This will be my final act of revenge." He says, "I despise you, Yuka." The next day, Class starts. Hakuto thinks to himself, my first love is over. For the second time, we cut each other off. Wakamizu appears from behind, wishing good morning to him, but he asks, what are you doing? She replies, if you hate me, then I'll just get you to like me. He says, are you stupid? Next you'll say it will work because you're too kind too. She said, are you stupid? I am, referring to romance. His eyes widened. Are you planning on making me fall for you? This is different. I am serious. I like you. Closing his ears with his hands, saying, I'm not falling for that. I like you, I like you, I like you, I like you. She repeated. He started thinking to himself, my first love is over. Or it was supposed to be. He said, I'm not listening. You still piss me off. And with this, the chapter comes to an end that I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure to like and subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.